What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn live duel. Then on the left side here, we have Traptrix, and on the right side, we have Synchro, Adventurer, one of the newer decks in the format due to a revolutionary Synchron. And I think that Traptrix got a new card with Bottomless or Banishment Trap Hole, being a nice little upgrade to the deck. Before we dive in, though, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Helps the channel a lot. We are on the road to 5K, hopefully hitting that before the end of the year. And let me know in the comment section, what deck do you think is going to be winning this match here? I think Traptrix, being able to go first, they have some crazy, not crazy boards, but they have, pretty consistent stuff. They have, a Link 1, which is crazy. Sarah is absolutely insane. People still don't read that card to this day. And Adventure has, a full combo. I know this is not the Calamities version. This is the hand loop one. So I guess disclaimer before we start the video here. We're going to be seeing that the Adventure player is going to be choosing to go first. Or no, the Traptrix player is going to be choosing to go first here. And we saw a Lightning Storm in the hands of the Adventure player here. We're going to be seeing the normal summon Mermello, searching for the Holotea here. And on res, are going to be getting hit with Duel. Duel being a crazy card in this format. Linking away into the Sarah here, and then we're going to activate the Holotea here, discarding the evenly matched, summoning itself out, and that's going to be activating on the Sarah. Can summon it from the deck here. Going for a Mermello. And then we're already seeing Sarah effect. Mermello's the good one because it's a mandatory trigger, so it's going to always trigger the Sarah. It's going to be able to set us a Floodgate Trap Hole here, which is pretty good against the Synchro deck, I do believe. And then we can go right away for a copy of Rafflesia if we want to. Going for a copy of Rafflesia there. I'm going to be setting another card and passing turn on this. So we are going to be seeing them draw for turn with a Rite of Aramis here. Starting off with a Lightning Storm, calling the back row there. They're going to chain the Arachno Champa. So it's going to be essentially preventing the cards from being destroyed. It protects them the first time they're destroyed, which is very nice. And then Sarah's effect will be able to activate here. It's going to be setting from the deck. Then we're going to see a Dark Ruler no more here, going to be negating the board. We're going to see a copy of Rite of Aramis here, making the token, and as well as putting Fateful onto the field here. I'm not too sure. So we're going to activate the effect of Fateful Adventurer Search, and then dumping the Stardust. Then we're going to activate the Griffin Rider, summon itself out. Then we're going to activate the effect of the Fateful here, which is going to be able to search for the one spell card, essentially. We're going to be hitting them with an Imperm here on the Griffin Rider. But they're still going to be able to search for the Draco back. And then we're going to be activating Sarah. Sarah is under Dark Ruler no more here, so okay. Yeah, we can't really do that, unfortunately. So we're going to be activating the, I guess a little misplay there. We're going to be activating the Synchro Overtake. That's going to be summoning out a copy of the Jet Synchron. Then we're going to be flipping the Floodgate on it. And we're going to be activating the effect of the Stardust Overcharge, dumping the Synchron, summon itself out here. And I think it's going to activate its effects to search for the Illumination. And only having the Illumination left in the hand here, but our opponent has so much already. Hmm. Doing a big think here. I don't. Is Stardust even a tuner? Is the question. We're gonna see them activate, or they're just gonna scoop it up here, realizing they do not have enough. Kind of unfortunate of a hand there. You know, Jet Synchron can't activate. I guess like they could tag out, but doesn't really do anything there. Like it summons out like Accel Synchron, and that's essentially just it. But kind of unfortunate that we saw there that the Dark Ruler No More did get negated. Whether I guess didn't even resolve correctly. Unfortunately, I guess the Stardust Synchron is a tuner though, so like we could just go for a Barone, I guess. Unless it can only, I don't think it can only be used for. There might be a possibility it can only be used for a Stardust, but I don't think so. I'll have to check it out right now. Just going to pull it up here. If your card in your graveyard, you can contribute one monster plus one discard, banish one leaves field. Also, you cannot special summon monster for extra turn, except Synchro monsters. Yeah, I don't see the reason why they couldn't go for Barone there. Unless it does Synchro overtake, lock into something. No, you're just locking to Synchros. You don't see why they couldn't make a 10 there. But diving on into game 2, I guess, you know, Baron doesn't get you anywhere really in that line. But here we're going to be seeing them activate the Rite of Aramis here, summoning out the token, placing the Fateful Adventure once again onto the field. They're going to see the Fateful effect here, going to be searching for a monster and discarding. And what are they going to choose to discard? Jet Synchron is a good discard here. Dumping the Assault Synchron instead, that makes sense too. Having a good graveyard effect. Then we're going to summon out the Griffin, activate the effect, searching for the Draco back here. And then we're going to activate, we're going to normal summon out the copy of Jet Synchron, link away, or synchro away into a copy of the Accel. Accel bring back, and then we're going to activate the effect of Accel to tribute for the Stardust. Then we're going to activate the effect going into the copy of Jet Speeder, or Junk Speeder, I should say. This activates effects here, summoning out 4 or 3 from the deck here. Going for 4. Then we're going to be activating the effects here, searching for one of the Stardust cards. Probably going for the Overtake. Or Illumination instead, okay. Then we're going to be Synchro summoning away into Scrap Dragon here. Activating the effect, because we control the Stardust, we can go into the Stardust Trail here. And we do have the Synchro World, which will allow us to extend a little bit, because you know you just place 2 counters, then you can just remove like 4, 7, or 10, and you apply the effects here, which is going to be really nice if you do like 7 or 10. We're going to see them go for the Crimson Dragon here. Then they're going to put some counters on it. There's only going to be 2 counters on it, so does that mean they're going to be summoning more than once? Oh, it actually doesn't have to do it. Okay, so it's just whenever a Crimson Dragon, that's cool. So we're going to go for Gothams here, and then we're going to be activating the effect of the Crimson Dragon, going into a Trishula here, and then we're going to be able to activate the effect, and then it's going to be just destroying the ping, and then we still have we have 6 on the clear world here. So we could go for, like, we have, I guess, I don't even know what Scrap Dragon really does here. We're going to activate the effect here of Revolution Synchron, maybe? I mean, we're going to activate the effect of Illumination, and that's going to let us go into a copy of the Excel, putting 2 more counters on there, and then we're going to be able to summon out the Rev Synchron by dumping a Tengu here. Not the best, and we're going to be able to put, now we're on 8. Activate the effect of Gothams here, ripping another card from the hand, ripping a Holitea here. Then we're going to tribute off the Trishula for the Stardust, and then we're going to be able to banish the Excel to bring back here, as well as a Stardust, and that will allow us to go for an 8, I think, or going for the 11 here, or a 10 for Dispater, and then we'll be able to go for an Omega here, as well as now we have 12 on the Clear World, so we're going to activate the Omega effect, rip 1 card from the hand, it banish face up. We're going to see the second, or see Arachnokompa, and then we're going to activate the effect of Dispater, bring back, and we're going to rip the Evenly Matched, and we're going to activate the Clear World, bringing back Gothams, and then Gotham's going to rip the final card in the hand. Then they're drawing for turn and leaving left on 1 card here. And I don't think any deck can really do anything on 1 card other than the ultimate card, Branded Fusion. We're going to be seeing them normal summon out Mantis. That's not a bad one. That's going to let them search for the Arachnokompa, which will be an extender here. And they can link into Sarah. And then we could just activate the effect, once they activate the Arachnokompa, to chain to the Bestial Dispater here. They're going to activate the effect, they're going to chain Bestial Dispater, and that's going to be putting the Illumination, or the Stardust Boy, back into the deck to destroy the Arachnokompa. Sarah's effect can activate here, I believe, because it did activate, just resolved without effect, essentially. So we will be able to set a trap from the deck. But there's not going to be much traps going to be saving you from this. Holitea is nice, though, in the graveyard, because it can actually banish itself to summon one from the grave. So we can still have an extender after that as well. For the follow-up turn, I guess. There really isn't like much we can do here. This is the Terrifying Trap Hole. That's not a bad one. They're not out completely. It's just like very rough. Mantis being one of the cards is really nice. They could have shuffled back one of the opponent's monsters, I guess, to negate. That would have let them be able to do it the next turn as well. Here you're going to see them banish the Holitea to summon it. I mean, I personally probably wouldn't summon here. Summoning with the Mantis doesn't really do anything for us. There's really no point. We should have waited till the next turn, banish it, summon, and then activate the effect. That would have made us activate Sarah to set, I guess. We can also get the Sarah effect here. I guess they're trying to just body up, probably. We're going to see them go for a copy of, or bring back the Assault. Then we're going to go for a copy of Baron. And then here we can activate the effect of Fateful. The search for the copy of Right, and then dump. Dumping, was that? Okay, I was on one of those Synchro overdrives. I don't know if they're going to be able to extend with the Temple. I don't really see why you'd do that, but I don't know. Maybe they can use the Graveyard effect. I guess they're not going to use the main phase one, so I guess they're not going to use the effect here. So we're going to see a Right in the hand, summoning out, or I guess they're going to banish the Fateful, or I guess Temple, play right, and then we're going to be knowing that they have the Draco back in the hand here, though. So we're going to activate the Draco back here. And then that will be able to bounce the Sarah if we want to. We're going to chain the Arachnocompa. They're going to put back the trail here. That's going to be destroying the Arachnocampa. See Sarah's effect once again here. There might be a world where you negate this. I guess like it really depends if you're trying to go for game this turn. Man's going to try bouncing back the set, and they can set another card here, but they're choosing not to. Or they are going to be setting, okay. Then we're going to see Baron going to attempt to pop. We're in a terrifying trap hole here. And you probably Baron negate. Choosing not to Baron negate is kind of wild here. Unless I'm missing something, that there's no reason why they can't negate it. Yeah, I feel like you just definitely can negate that. They're going to banish the Stardust here, though. And then we're going to be seeing them going to be seeing them summon out the Puduka. Puduka can activate her effect here, which will be able to... I'm assuming that he used the Baron negate on something else, I just didn't notice. I don't really feel like there's a reason to not Baron negate that, unless there's a reason. I don't think they negate anything there. We're going to see a normal summon of a Tengu. They do still have, they have lots of gas here. But Excel's a tuner, though. They have a 5. They can go for a 9. But they already are just going to go battle phase and then attack. You know, Excel has only 500 attack, so it's not really going to be big. Leaving that Sarah on the field is problematic, though. As well as, having that Holotea in the graveyard. But it looks like they're still in a good position. Maybe there was a 9 they wish they could go into. Just they're in a really weird spot. But they do have they still have Dispatter, and they have a bunch of other stuff, and their opponent's on low resources here. They can activate the Holotea here, summon out the copy of Mantis. Set 1, Mantis effect's going to activate. And then we get to trigger the Sarah. I always found Mantis effect to be extremely underwhelming. There's really no point of bouncing it. I guess it does stop the Dionea. It's going to banish it during the end phase or pop it, whatever it is, and you just bounce it back to the hand so it's no longer there. It's definitely a good one, but we're going to reveal that this is the Holotea that was activated this turn, so it cannot activate the other effect. But they're going to just simply pass on this. They're going to be activating the Jet Synchron, summon itself out by discarding a tuning. Then we're going to be able to Synchro summon away into the Drill Warrior, I believe. Or Jet Warrior, whatever it is. Then we're going to be seeing the Tenyu effect can activate here. we're going to be popping the face down. They're going to be obviously flipping up the Holotea, summoning itself out. And because it's no longer treated as a trap, it's no longer the same card. So if it was considered as a trap here, the Holotea would be destroyed. But due to the fact that it's no longer a trap, we're going to see Satellite Warrior going to activate its effects here. The original access code for those Synchro decks. It's going to be able to destroy 3 cards on the field, so it's going to be able to gain 300 or 3,000 attack, which is going to bring it up to 55 here. And this is going to be just game right there, and that's going to be it here that we're going to be seeing. So going into the game 3, unfortunately, we would have probably seen the game 1 win from the Synchro player here, but we are getting pretty close to time as well. I don't really know how well the deck... I mean, I feel like both decks can't really burn. I guess Gravediggers, Trap Hole definitely can burn here. So we might be seeing, like, you have to be careful with, like, Jet Synchron effects in the graveyard, or Assault Synchron effects, or any, like, other of these effects here. Even the Griffin Rider in the hand can obviously hurt, because if we just take 2,000, it's going to be pretty hard to deal that amount of damage without going into, like, the battle phase. And you have a long combo ahead of you. It's kind of difficult to just like make a suboptimal board and then just go battle phase to try to chip away the life points before the timer runs up. But we're going to be seeing the Traptrix player going to be going first here. They're going to be normal summoning out the Pudica. Pudica Vest going to activate here. Being able to search for the Traptrix Garden. An interesting card, really, to be honest. We're going to be seeing them get the Sarah here. They will get an additional normal summon, which is going to be the Murmello. As Murmello effect can activate, searching for the Holotea. This is probably one of the best boards that we could possibly make here, because Sarah can then activate here, setting a trap. I believe that is the Floodgate. I'm not too sure. Then we're going to activate the Holotea here, setting, I guess ascending. It's going to be reset to Terrifying off the Diana that's special summoned out off of the Sarah here. And this is one of like the best boards we can possibly make. I'm going for a ping. Ping effect's going to activate here. It's going to be able to summon from the deck. Going for Arachno Champa. Then we can overlay once again for a copy of the Rafflesia here. Sending an additional card. They're going to be passing turn onto this. They're going to be drawing for turn here. We're going to activate a Rite of Aramis here. And there's like 2 unknowns technically here. I guess only 1 true unknown. I forget what the one that set off Sarah. That's going to be putting Fateful as well as some of the token on the field. They're going to activate the effect here, summoning out the Temple. They're going to chain the Holotea, which is going to be able to activate summoning out the Pudica here. They're going to be banishing the token, and as well as, Fateful will search for the Draco back here. Then Sarah, the effect's going to activate as well because a trap, or because a monster was activated. Setting the, I think it's Time Space Trap Hole, which is going to make it them lose 1,000 depending on what they do. Summon here, returning it to the extra deck. Probably the worst Trap Hole, I would say. Maybe, Trap Hole is actually just a little bit better, I'd say. It is crazy against like Pendulum decks or decks that like do spam 2 monsters at the same time. But, I mean, I guess actually it's probably pretty crazy against Junk Speeder. We're going to be seeing the Assault Synchron going to activate here. And they are going to activate that Gravedigger's Trap Hole, giving them the 2,000. And that's going to be very, very rough for them. This is what I was talking about. Have to be very careful here. We do have the Foolish Burial. And that will be able to send either Jet Synchron or Revolution Synchron, depending on what we need here. Sending the Trail. They're going to be able to normal summon out the Assault. Then we're going for a Junk Speeder here. We're going to activate the effect of the Rafflesia, sending the Terrifying, which is just going to negate. And they're just going to scoop it up here, so they do not have enough. And they are down on life points, but time being called very soon. They just scoop here. And the Traptrix player did end up getting the game 3, having like the best board possible here for them. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Want to see some more content like this? Want to see some more Traptrix stuff, as well as any more Synchro stuff? You know, one of my favorite decks are like those combo spam decks. So I'm excited to see what more of this deck can do. And yeah, hopefully you stay safe. Peace.